Welcome back to the nationally recognized Real Estate Radio Network's Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Radio Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Make sure to get great information or ask your important questions at donandgino.com. Now, back to your friends, Don and Gino.
Welcome back to the nationally recognized, they said. That's right. The Real Estate Radio Network was just a group of the top real estate and financial professionals around the nation sharing with you what you need to know, want to know, and have to know about real estate and finance. And our goal every week, now for over 2 years, is to guide you to personal and financial wellness. And we do that with our extraordinary research every single week of what's really happening in the markets today, but also with the guests we bring on. We bring on the best of the best. We're part of also the Professional Resource Group, which is the best CPAs, financial planners, estate planners, you name it, we got it. But also we bring in guests that are experts in their field. We're not just saying a newbie that wants to try to build a business. We're talking people that actually help you and your family, and we have one of the best with us today in Robert Schwartz with Eureka and Princeton Review. Thank you for joining us again, buddy.
Honored to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you've already got us excited.
No, absolutely, Don. In fact, I was thinking about this during the break. It's that, you know, this is one of the unique times, even though we're always dedicated to your personal and financial wellness, what could be more impactful to your finances and to your personal life than your kids going to college? I mean, it's absolutely one of those things that I think can touch you on an emotional and your pocketbook at the same time. So thank you for joining us today, Rob.
You're absolutely right, Gino, and it is a very, very hot topic, so I'm glad to be here, and I'm certain that you know, you out there listening, you're going to get some great information today.
Yeah, and even though you're getting the questions asked you by Kermit the Frog over here today, because he's got a nasal part. Hey, Rob, can you ask me this question?
I'm trying here, man. I'm trying.
Gino with this cold, so you know it's live, because we would have recorded a different day, obviously. But we want to bring everything timely, and it's real. And college prep is real, isn't it, Rob?
It most certainly is. It's real in terms of preparing for colleges. It's real in terms of preparing for tests. And fortunately, I come bearing information on both.
Yay! Okay, let's dive into the first hot topic, which is testing. I haven't had to take the SAT test or any of those in quite some time. Let's explain. There's more than one test.
A really long time.
Anyway,
like 4 years, right?
Hey, Peter, can you cut Kermit the Frog's mic out?
Hey, I even tried to change my voice up for that one.
The tests have changed quite a bit since the panel of speakers here were taking them. First and foremost, very important that we understand there are two main options. You have the SAT and you have the ACT. First, the SAT, the test that we took back in the day, stood for Scholastic Aptitude Test. That test died in March of 2005. It doesn't exist anymore. May it rest in peace.
Oh.
The test that the kids are taking today is the SAT 1 reasoning test. The SAT stands for nothing. So keep in mind, SAT doesn't stand for Scholastic Aptitude Test. The name of the test is all about reasoning. This isn't a measure of your curricular knowledge. This is a measure of how well you take tests.
Oh, that'd be an advantage for me then.
You'd probably be fantastic at the new SAT, to be honest with you.
Well, when I could just show up to, didn't show up to class and show up and take the test, and like, how did you pass that?
Yep.
Like, very fortunate.
Yeah,
I know how to take tests.
You're one of those guys who likes to play games and you can figure out the rhyme and the reason behind the exam. You would have done really, really well. But for younger students who really haven't developed those skills, it is something that really needs to be coached. It's a very, very big deal, and it's very different from what these kids are learning in class today. Out of technics, you're talking about a score that used to be math verbal out of 1,600 points. It is now math, reading, and writing out of a 2,400-point scale with an average just over 1,500.
Ooh, that's a pretty low average.
Well, about 500 in each area, 200 to 800 is the range in each part. So it really is a bell curve score, and that's the primary reason the test is created and used in the first place. Are we creating a diversity of scores for colleges to look at? That's all the test is trying to do. Don't read into it any more than that. When we talk about the alternative exam, it's the ACT. The ACT is not as familiar to families in California, namely for marketing reasons. The ACT's home base is Iowa City, Iowa. Where do they spend their marketing dollars? The South and the Midwest. So families in Kansas, families in Oklahoma, families in Utah, they are intimate with the ACT, but they don't know the SAT as well. The beauty in this country is 99.9% of the colleges and universities in this country will accept either on an equal basis. It is 100% compliant
America.
in California. Every college and university in our state will take both.
Okay.
That was an absolute jewel. I mean, that's really
now
important.
we know what they are.
Well,
And I
we
didn't know it was about reasoning. You always think it's just, I'm a great student, I know my math, I know my English, but the whole reasoning part, that's new. I didn't know that.
The reasoning has been in the test since '05, and believe it or not, the ACT has gained so much ground that it actually passed SAT as this nation's #1 standardized exam last year. So much so that the new president of the College Board is looking to revamp their exam in the next couple of years to make it more core standard and less reasoning, much like the ACT is.
Wow. That's good stuff. And if you just tuned in, we're listening with Robert Schwartz with Eureka Review, and he's basically a college planner, and we're touching base right now on the importance of testing and what the different tests are to help your child get into college. So now we kind of talked about the tests, and we touched a little bit on the importance of the test. So let's backtrack a little bit of what the importance of that test is and how you help prepare them.
Okay. Tests as a whole are going to be used at the great majority of the colleges and universities you have heard of. All the Cal States, all the UCs, Caltech, MIT, all the Ivies, all the schools you are familiar with are going to use one or the other exam. It's going to be a requirement of admission. So you have to deal with the realities of these tests are coming, you need to take them, and if you're going to be a number, you may as well be a big one. So
I like that.
The question becomes, how do you prepare for these monstrosities? First and foremost, get in front of a practice test. Almost any company in this industry, Eureka and Princeton Review included, will give you a test for free. If you're listening right now, if you're on the chat room and you want to get a free practice test, visit our website. It's eurekareview.com. Contact us. We will send you a free test in the mail, absolutely free, no strings attached, no questions
You might
asked.
want to spell that because some of these people haven't taken the college prep test to prepare how to spell Eureka.
It is www.eurekareview.com.
Or, if you didn't get to pick that up because you're driving, really easy. Go to donandgino.com. Don and I will make 100% sure. Let's put that link up on our Facebook page.
We are. Actually, Rob's going to have all kinds of stats and data to share with you on our website. He's going to share that with you. We should have it up hopefully by the end of the day.
Yeah, no, that'd be great. And join us on our Facebook page, because during the week when Don and I are not able to interact with you directly, we post things on our Facebook page that are really up to the moment, things that are active for that particular day between the 1 week that we have when we're here sharing time with you.
That's right. So go to donandgino.com. Also, we're starting to get some people jumping on the chat line and asking questions. And Rob's got a nice little book that he's going to give away to the best question of the day. It's, like I said, it's like an encyclopedia about the best 377 colleges. And if you're online, you can see Rob holding up this monstrosity of a book. And I'm telling you, that's of some huge value. Plus, he's also willing to help you out in getting a practice test for your children to see where they stand right now. And I think you're going to realize how much you need someone like Rob.
You know what the beauty is? The tests are on point. If you take them and you give an honest effort, we'll give you an honest response, and you'll know exactly where you stand, and you'll know exactly where you want to be. And that's the million-dollar question. It's being a good consumer when it comes to these tests. If you know where you're at, and you know the schools, and you know their averages for admission, and you know what that gap is, you can make an informed decision. You can decide what kind of prep do I need and why.
And right to follow that up, actually, we have a question in the chat room that I think is appropriately timed, is when should people start preparing for the test? When should a student start? Is this something they start?
4th grade, 5th grade?
Please don't send me your 4th and 5th graders, please. It's an outstanding question.
Another gold star?
It probably gets 2 gold stars, to be honest with you. It's an outstanding question. To answer your question, you typically want to start this process in the 11th grade. If you have a really advanced student, they're taking the honors and AP classes, very strong grades, you probably want to prep them in the summer between 10th and 11th grade, have them take the first SAT or ACT test of the year, and then you'll know either they've hit the mark and you can move on to something more important, or you haven't hit the mark and we need to retool a couple things, and you have an entire year before you run out of time. The last test you can take is going to be either the SAT or ACT in December the senior year. Now, for a student who isn't as advanced, they're more a traditional track student, second semester of 11th grade is magic time. That's when the great majority of students should be taking these exams. I will strongly encourage the families I work with to not wait until the start of the senior year to begin this process. It'll cause a lot more stress than is necessary, and the knowledge base for most students, they already possess it in 11th grade. So don't wait any longer. Get it done. Get it out of the way.
All right, I hope you're listening. This is Robert Schwartz with Eureka and Princeton Review, college planner, and my goodness, you know your stuff, Rob. You have no problem whipping these off like nothing. If you want, you definitely want to stay tuned, because now we're going to talk about how Rob was able to help a 3.1 GPA student get accepted to multiple, not just one, multiple huge colleges that we all know and would be proud to send our kids to. When we come back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, jump on our chat room at donandgino.com and ask your great questions.